Hey folks, this is Ben Gessel. How's it going? I was going to go take a walk tonight, but I was doing some other creative things, and yeah, I just need to go to bed soon here, so I probably won't be able to head out tonight. But I still have a few things I wanted to mention here tonight. The first thing is, I've been meaning to talk about just um, a few things that still kind of in the back of my mind that uh, I guess you'd say haunt me in my dreams in a way. I don't know. It's kind of it's kind of something having to do with college still, but especially um, I'm trying. What was it? It's something having to do with um, the nature of band. I think in my case, it's still for some reason it's band performances. It's band, yeah, band even more than marching band, and it's mostly college. It's not really before that. It's not really high school. It's mostly college, and it's something. The nature of what I'm. It's on my mind is something. Um, where I always wanted to chat more with awesome people when I was younger. I still do, of course, but that was, you know, one of my big desires when going to college was to meet amazing people, and that kind of happened more at BYU. It still happened here and there at Central Washington, but not as much. And it's kind of it forms a lot of the emotional framework for I think whenever I have dreams about being in band again, in college, um, and there's a lot of everybody's kind of sensitive about their skills and stuff, and everybody expresses it differently, and some people are much more skilled than other folks, and all this train of thought, and it was just I mean, I could tell you so many stories of all that stuff and keep names anonymous, but people are just really sensitive about their skills and abilities, and we're taught as musicians to we're kind of when we take private lessons, we open ourselves up to our teachers and have them pick apart our present current abilities to help us to get better. But we often don't want to get into you know, it's just a lot of people. We can always hear how other people are doing and playing, but nobody likes to hear you know things unless they are really cool with you, and it's kind of more of a respectful thing. And I don't know. There's a lot of folks that are really just sensitive about that stuff still, and a lot of people just hadn't grown up very much in some respects, or just I don't know. And believe me, I just look back at a lot of stuff, and it's just a lot of really messed up things that happen. But just not just college, but it's really I think just my experience and with it all, and it's easy to dwell on the things that I did wasn't able to have in my life, or things that didn't go as great as I would like to have things have gone, whatever socially. It's easy to dwell on that and to forget about the good things. The thing is of course, is when you see people again that you knew in college. Um, Most of the time, it's actually a really good experience. In fact, it's they were overjoyed to see you a lot of times, and people are still kind of formulating their opinions of people in college, and sometimes, and it all depends. Everybody's still different, you know. So it's just something that I wonder how other people handle this stuff. You know, I wonder what they dream about. You know, I mean, I imagine I'll have other dreams like this in the future as well, and you know, I guess at some point, I don't know. It's There's something else to it. It has to do with how busy you are with music and getting around, you know, walking around campus and stuff, and but just like, you know, trying to make sure that you're on time for all these performances and things, and it can get a little busy, it can get a little bit busy and stressful. In my life, it's great to have a lot of time in the earlier parts of the day to kind of just wake up and get going and doing things, and then I work hard in the afternoon. Saturdays I'm working pretty hard throughout the day, and then evening I can kind of relax a little bit again. But you know, there are many times, depending on depending on what's going on, there are times when I feel like I'm not as busy as I was in college, which I think is a good thing in a way. I was very busy, very very busy, and you know, um, it's great to be busy, but it's when you get to, you know, a certain level of busyness, it can kind of, at least for my personality, it's easy to I don't know. It was just hard. It's just hard to function. It's just a question of what you're doing all at once, and it's hard to do more than one thing at once at an extremely high level, and that's sometimes what it came down to in college. At times was doing more than one thing at an extremely high level, and you know, when you I don't know, as you get older, you can consider doing just one thing really, 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 really well. So, you know, if it's music, it's a career, but I have a hunch that it'll be always more than one thing. But I tend to be at my best when I'm composing, and you know, my knowledge of music theory, it's very elite, and you know, horn is always number two. But you know, I just, you know, again, the lingering feeling I have from these band performance dreams is just, you know, a lot of this rush, 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 wearing a hot and heavy, you know, being sweaty in my tuxedo and being, you know, my neck feels a little pinched or whatever, and you know, you rush, rush, rush to the whatever performance it is, then you wait around in the back of the, you know, behind the theater, and all this rigmarole. It's just kind of, you know, I look back on that stuff now, and well, I don't know. Again, there's things that I might do a little differently, but music composition was the enigma, and it's getting a little bit clearer, somewhat. Um, but a lot of professors, you know, when they see how good you are and stuff, they want you to, they're excited about you going a certain direction, which you know, in my case, I didn't always put all my eggs in one basket. I didn't always put all my eggs in performance or composition. I went into education, but that wasn't the right fit for me. So, you know, I'm still very split with performance and composition, but composition has to come first because it's what I'm best at. I don't know, but yeah, everybody's just so sensitive, and everybody was so sensitive about anything I would say to them. Most people, so the people that I like to talk to more were not as sensitive in it. I didn't ever say anything critical. I didn't want to, but everybody's so on their. You know, if you go to any music department, any school of music, and you just talk to people, it's really like it's I know it's the same things was the same way. I mean, you know, that we would probably get some if you're just kind of doing like an interview, like questions or whatever, interview people on campus. A lot of campuses have idiotic people and folks. I get that, but there are places that a little less so. And music is a little bit more selective with folks that are actually in those programs. It's just very competitive kind of thing. You have to be pretty smart to be to actually have you actually have to be very skilled, extremely skilled, to go to be a professional musician. It's no joke. So, you can get degrees and things in music, but unless you have real skills, you're just not going to be very employable in music. So, but yeah, if you were to interview college students, I bet you'd probably get a lot of the same stuff. You'd probably get a lot of uneasiness. You'd probably get a little bit of, who are you? Why are you asking these questions? You'd probably get a little bit of arrogance and, you know, snot-nosed white young women's, skinny white young women's bratty attitudes. I shouldn't specify race here, but I know exactly what I'm talking about. So, yeah, you're probably gonna get the classical, aloof, formal thing with a lot of the Asian crowd, and it goes back and forth. And talking about music departments, you're always gonna have a handful of. I would like to be able to see more black folks, but it's probably gonna be dominated by white and Asian folks. It's just the way things are. And then there are different. There are, if you go back east, Midwest, there's more black folks. Hopefully, especially in jazz programs. But should be. I mean, I knew it's just the numbers thing, right? For every anyway, we don't have to get into that. But you're gonna definitely hear different attitudes still in these departments. There's still the same attitudes I knew of. Well, the same demographics, varying somewhat from area to area, the United States and other places, but you can probably get similar demographics. You're just not going to have as many Hispanics. You're not going to have as many Africans. You're probably going to have a fair number of Asians. You have a lot of white folks. It's always the way it is, unless you go to Washington, D.C. or something, right? Or New York City or something. I don't know. And you're probably going to get some other folks from India and wherever else too. But in terms of attitudes, which is something I was focusing on more here, you're gonna have people that are scared of being critical of their professors, and you're gonna have some that will come out right out and be critical, and often rightly so. And you're gonna have a lot of confusion still about what they want to do. You're gonna have a lot of I hate this, I hate that, I hate how dry music theory is and how it's taught. And I hate avant-garde music, and I hate this and that, and if the problem, of course, with cold interviews, if you actually interview people, is they won't know you, so it's hard for them to trust the interviewer. When Jay Leno had his interviews with college students, he was asking them just basic questions, and they gave ridiculous responses. And you see other interviews on YouTube that are more politically charged, and it's just stupid. It's just stupid. But you see that stuff. It's like I asked myself, these people are actually college students? Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, okay. So it's like some colleges are easy to get into, but then there's some majors that are easier to get into than others. Music departments are very selective no matter what. They just are. And if they're less selective, then most people getting degrees are not going to get jobs in those fields. They're just getting a degree, But it makes me want to smack some of these people. I have to ask myself, how do they get into these places? And colleges, are they just looking for more money? Is it just oh, give me your money. Here's your diploma. Off with you. Okay, the next student. And if I hope it's the more it just makes it look. It makes the whole. It's very frustrating. It's beyond frustrating, but there's some aspect of that is part of my dreams because like I don't know. You, there's real life in some respects will teach people how skilled they really are um, in a certain field. And if it doesn't, I don't know how I can put this. The level of competitiveness for certain types of work will definitely manifest itself when you actually look for that. You actually audition for a symphony, or you actually look for, apply for a job that's really competitive. You'll know how competitive it is when you actually do it. And in college, you just don't always know how competitive those things are. And I'm not trying to get on professor's case because would like to be a professor myself. It's just money. Colleges cannot be driven by money. And the more they are, the more it just seems like something's really messed up about it all. Still, I mean, I don't know. It just so yeah. I mean, hopefully this is making sense. But I still have these dreams where I'm rushing to get to a concert on time, and then I wait. I spend all this time playing all this music. That's most of it I don't really care about that much. Um, well, some of it. In the last symphony, I mentioned a while back, it's often kind of hard to just have the discipline to just go and play out stuff that. But to be honest, in the last symphony, what we're working on is definitely more interesting. It's definitely more interesting than a lot of things I did even in college. It's the strings are weak still in Fly Symphony, but they're getting stronger, and I think the overall orchestra sounds really good. I mean, especially the brass, especially yeah, the brass, and also woodwinds to a certain extent, but it's more the brass. So that's always the way it was at Central Washington as well. I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna wrap this video up. Leave your thoughts and comments below. I'll catch you guys later. Take care. Bye.